This is another one. We could talk about this easily for an hour. The Ultimate Friendly Flora, in a nutshell, is all about healthy gut, right? It's about gut health. It's all about balancing your gut, providing, I'm on the wrong side. It's about providing your body, your intestines, your digestive system, your helping to support your immune system with the finest Friendly Flora. There are many different types of probiotics. There are many different strains of Friendly Flora. I trust Andrew and his team to choose the right ones for us, the ones that are gonna provide maximum benefits. These are stable. You don't have to refrigerate this. They're easy to take. They're easy on your stomach, and they're wonderful to take. I absolutely adore this product. A lot of us who work here, we take it every day. Pat, my producer, he ordered the big one. He stocked up today. We all wait for these today's specials, and that's when we all stock up because we know it is going to be the best value on that product. So we have a 30, a 60, a 120, or a 240 size. Today, normally this would be $175 or $174.90. Today it's $89.90 for the largest one. And it's 090398. If you read the reviews, you will see people love this. There's a lot of talk about probiotic now. I think a lot of people understand the importance of having a healthy gut, of doing what we can to support and keep the balance, that Friendly Flora balance in our digestive system. But the point is there's not a lot of choices that are like this, that are this affordable, that are gonna get you the actual strains. Because Andrew, with the thousands of different types of probiotic, we trust you to really choose the ones that you know will be stable and provide us those maximum benefits, and we are grateful to you for that.
Well, it's about, first of all, it's about following the science. So no one should trust me blindly. What we do here is you follow the science, and if you look at the formulation here, you're going to see familiar names. Things like Lactobacillus acidophilus, Bifidobacterium lactis. These are the names you should see. What gets more complicated and was very difficult work for us, because, and I was talking about this earlier today, that putting those different strains into a capsule, what we then have to do as a company is we have to put those capsules in what's called an accelerated aging chamber. We want to stress those capsules and stress those strains to make sure that they're going to be hardy enough and sturdy enough to survive, so that you can ingest them, and then once you swallow them, survive in that really inhospitable, that really unfriendly environment in our stomach, that pH of, that extremely acidic pH of 1 or 2, that it's still going to survive, so then you get to implant them and benefit them. It's like planting seeds. So as I said before, as long as probiotics, as long as our microbiome, the population of our microbiome, there are more organisms in our microbiome, in our body, each and every one of us, than we have cells in our body. They possess more genetic material than we possess genetic material in our body. One of the most fascinating studies I just read just underscores that this is a choice we all need to make. You don't have to choose my product. You could look at the ingredients on the label and understand why, but you need to choose a good probiotic formula. The reason why? Our food supply is sterilized. We really don't have an opportunity to be exposed to the organisms to populate our microbiome in a healthy fashion. We're not living outdoors, living out in nature. We're not eating foods that have their microbiome intact. They've been sterilized. Sterilized to protect us from pathogenic, from disease-causing bacteria. So we really don't have an opportunity to create and comprise and collect our own organisms, our own friendly floras. And those friendly organisms we select, they determine how well our digestive system, our immune system, even how well our brain can function on our behalf. So we need to select a healthy source of populating our microbiome. And that really goes without saying. The study I was going to talk about that underscores the importance of that, it was a study that, on one hand, surprised me, astounded me, but then after I thought about it a while, didn't surprise me at all. But as we all know, we've become very good at mapping the human genome, the human genetic blueprint. So we understand that genetic blueprint, and we could look at that, and we have a good sense of our longevity, a good sense of our risk of disease based upon that genetic blueprint. If we look at our genetic blueprint of our microbiome, of the organisms in us, the organisms in us, their genetic blueprint is going to be more predictive of our longevity, more predictive of our risk of disease than our own genetic blueprint. So again, it underscores how important the microbiome is, how important our friendly organisms are. Far more important than just healthy digestion, far more important than just a healthy immune system.
Yeah.
Absolutely critical. Also how we feel, because the majority of serotonin, that critical neurochemical, the majority of serotonin is not synthesized in our brain where it goes to work. It's synthesized in our gut by our microbiome.
It's remarkable, actually. I mean, when you get that in balance, because you know, if your gut is unhappy, you're not feeling good. You're not happy. If you have a happy, healthy gut, you feel like $1,000,000. I mean, I think most of us experience that. And that's why Friendly Flora is there to help balance it. Go read the reviews. People talk about it constantly. People who deal with everything from diarrhea, constipation, all the things, bloating, all the things people deal with when it comes to digestion and having a gut that's out of balance. Your gut's out of balance, your whole body goes out of balance. We hear a lot about that, the brain-gut connection, right? It makes a big difference. I mean, your gut is like a little brain in there because it really does send out signals to the rest of your body, as Andrew was talking about. The key here is finding the right product to help you get it in balance, help you get it in check. And that's what a great Friendly Flora product like this can do. It's 25 billion colony-forming units in one capsule, and they're the strains that Andrew does the research on so that we know. He follows the science, he follows the research, so you know you're taking the right product. For me, for $89 to get 240 days, $89, 240 days of a healthier gut, of a healthier immune system, especially this time of year when a lot of times more than ever, then we're sort of eating things that maybe don't sit as well with us, and we're, you know, our immune system is more taxed this time of year than any other time of year. It's so important to do this. And so if you're not taking it yet, if you're not taking the right probiotic yet, the right Friendly Flora, this is the one to try if you have a minute to read the reviews, because we don't have a lot of time left in our show, but you will be, I was really impressed by the feedback people were giving about the world of difference it makes. Really, it's about quality of life. You will just feel better when your gut feels better. I mean, it's just as simple as that.
And in quality ingredients, and again, and it's more than just having a gut that feels better, because there's a very serious chemical connection that goes on between our gut and our brain. As I said before, serotonin, we've probably heard the word before, critical neurochemical, determines our mood and how we feel. We hear about drugs that relate and affect serotonin secretion and serotonin level. But we should understand that our body's natural secretion of serotonin, it might be affecting our brain, but it's taking place in our gut. So there is a direct connection. They call it the gut-brain axis, but a direct connection between the microbiome in our gut, those organisms in our gut, which that's where they predominantly live. They're throughout our body. All the openings of our body are protected by these microorganisms, these friendly flora. But they're predominantly in our gut, and they have a direct connection to how our brain works and how we feel. And just so everyone can see, this information is on our label, of course, but we try to give you as much information as possible so you really understand this formula. And we selected, there are of course probiotic products that have 50 different strains. What we focused on are the scientifically established, the clinically proven strains that are absolutely, without argument, critical components of a healthy gut and a healthy immune system. And that's what we focused on here. Of course, we've all heard of Lactobacillus acidophilus. Most of us have heard of Lactobacillus plantarum. Potentially we've heard of Lactobacillus paracasei. But these are the three most important Lactobacillus strains that we can deliver to you and deliver their benefits, and then of course Bifidobacterium lactis. But as you can see, there's 5 different strains. There's over 25 billion colony forming units, and I'm often asked, why do you put more than 25 billion in? And we put well over 30 billion in, and that's just in case you're not very friendly with your Friendly Flora. So if you expose it to too much heat at home or too much humidity at home, we just want to make sure that even down the road, you're still going to be getting the maximum potency from this product, and you're going to be getting its benefits. I was going to read maybe a couple of reviews very quickly before we run out of time, and then I'll try to go over some science. Our presentations this evening will be brief because we're running out. Whether it's PC liver and brain or liver antioxidants or Friendly Flora, the presentations will be brief this evening. And this is not a brief review. I'll read this one quickly. Can't live without this. I absolutely can't live without Ultimate Friendly Flora. I've been taking this since 2015 and have not had any stomach issues since. I was always bloated, could not eat certain things, and always felt awful. I went through many tests for my constant bloating and upset stomach, and they could not find anything wrong. I started taking this and haven't had a problem since. I ran out last year doing a move and had to wait to order. I went about 2 weeks without it, and the issues started to come back. I will never be without it again. I bought enough to last 2 years. Thank you, Andrew, for such a great product, along with many other vitamins of yours that I take. And again, this is not a drug or medicine, but remember, our digestive system can't function in a healthy fashion without a proper complement of probiotics, without a healthy microbiome. Our food supply isn't delivering it anymore because of the nature of our sterilized food supply. We're not out in nature and in the environment to pick it up naturally out in the environment. So we need to make a choice of what microbiome supplement we're going to get, what probiotic supplement we can get. I've tried to give you reasons why this one is unique and beneficial. We've been doing it, looking at this research for over 40 years. We've been making this product for over 20 years and only continue to improve it, including this brand new formula we have today.
Well, the good news is 2/3 of the largest size already spoken for the entire day. So that is great news, because that is so many thousands of people that are going to be getting this amazing product home. You know, it's a very delicate balance. When we talk about keeping that, it's a very delicate balance. It can be thrown off very easily. It could be your diet. It could be any medications you take, antibiotics, antacids. It could be stress. Have you been under a little extra stress? All of these things upset that balance. It's very, very delicate, and it's not easy to keep it in balance, and that's why people get thrown off. You heard the review. The woman, the doctor didn't even know, why is she dealing with this bloat? You know, I mean, it really is, you know, it's scientific, but it is a delicate balance, and I think that's why, especially this time of year, as people are facing more stress, perhaps even than ever before. It's been a stressful time. I think 2020 will go down in history for a lot of people as being one of the most difficult years, just because of all of the uncertainty and things we've had to deal with. And then our diet gets worse, and we make the wrong choices, and then you're taking different medications, and all these things really, it messes up the balance, doesn't it, Andrew?
No, it is without question. I have to say that 2020 has been the most disruptive year. I often talk about how there might be some silver linings for all of us that in this challenging year. I was just talking to Dr. Daniel Amen the other day, and that 80% of people are closer with their family. We've learned to be closer with their family. I've gotten to see my nieces more than ever, my goddaughter more than ever. So it's a wonderful thing. I mean, I mentioned this before that my father, unfortunately, this year passed away, but because of COVID, I got to spend most of the last few days with him. So it's a difficult year, and all of us have challenges that we contend with all the time. But it's up to us whether we make a decision to give our body what it needs to contend with the things that are so challenging. So don't mean to get so